stranger to reviewing smartwatches. As a tech reviewer, I always gotten asked to review this and that smartwatch. Some claim they have a good number of innovative features, but turns out to be just like other mediocre ones that look cheap and boring and end up in some corner accumulating dust and when you touch a second time. They all have pros and cons, and almost exclusively they've been designed for adults. So when imoo, the #1 kids smartwatch brand from China, reached out to me to see if I'm willing to take a look at the imoo Z6. I said, why not? If you walk on the street or in the metro, especially in mega cities like Shenzhen, if you see kids happily talking to the smartwatches on their wrist, chances are that they are wearing an imoo watch. In nearly all shopping malls, there's always an imoo shop to let you have a good look of their smartwatches or other kids-related products. The newest survey by Counterpoint suggests that imoo is the 4th largest smartwatch brand in the world and ranked #1 in many Eastern Asian countries. That's something remarkable. So, what makes imoo brand so outstanding? I'm really eager to find out. Let's start with unboxing. In the box, the watch itself, a USB-A to proprietary magnetic charging clip, a few simple instructions, and that's all. By the way, the one I'm reviewing is the Chinese version, so don't be surprised if you see Chinese characters here and there, because just switch the watch and the phone language to English for reviewing purpose. The international version shouldn't have such issues. There are 2 color options on sale at the moment, a green shade arrangement and a purple one with pink accents. We've got the latter and looks rather good. Definitely not a girl's watch, though it matches my daughter Christina perfectly. She's so happy with it. Inside is a 1.41-inch AMOLED display run at 320 by 316 pixels. It's quite bright enough and works with indoors out. Out of the box, there is a screen protector applied on top of Corning Gorilla Glass. So this watch will take the beating your kids will undoubtedly meet out. It's a bit chunky compared to some other smartwatches, but not overly so. It's not the first smartwatch to feature a camera, but does do it differently. If you want to allow your kids to make video calls to you, they can flip the watch up so it stands perpendicular to the wrist, making a much more natural position for those calls or taking a photo. Being that there is an 8-megapixel rear-facing camera too, kids can show you what they are looking at, instead of just looking up their noses. I've tested the call quality in various scenarios, like in the metro or in remote mountain areas. Awesome, smooth and clear. So far the interface goes, there's just one button, a power key, and the rest is done using the touch interface. The UI is fairly intuitive, you just swipe and tap much like using a smartphone. In fact, the kids can pick it up without any real instructions needed. You can swipe down to see notifications, swipe up to access some shortcuts like Wi-Fi, screen brightness, or volume. Swiping right to access contacts, left to reveal a number of apps. Speaking of apps, I've got to say, they are undeniably rich and useful. There's a chat app here. You can chat with your classmates, family members. We see steps, camera, AI scanner.
Okay.
Translation. They recognize the word and read automatically.
Hello.
Perfect way to learn English. Dialing. Your kids can dial numbers if needed. Even a Telo app. With it, you can control television from your watch. It's so fun. The question you might have is how the smartwatch can control a drone. That's what we are talking about now. I'm teaming up with some high-tech companies like DJI Telo to offer this kind of exclusive apps for its kids, which you can find more from the phone app. Speaking of the phone app, imoo has a dedicated companion app that you can install on your Android or iPhone. The main features include chat. You can make video calls to kids or check other messages your kids might have sent to you. Location tracking, so you can make sure your kids is where they're meant to be. And if they're in trouble, they can call you and you'll see where they are to go help. It's pretty accurate too. Phone call and more. The best part of it is through the companion app, you can change virtually all the settings. Want to let your kid run right? You can, and turn on every feature. Want something a little bit more privacy conscious? You can lock down just every feature and leave it a little more than a fancy looking watch. There is a class mode for use during school hours, which disables virtually everything except telling the time. No calls, no SMS, no apps, nothing. I like that. However, there are a number of apps only really useful if your kid has friends with an imoo Z6 as well. I'm pretty okay with it since most of my daughter's classmates have this watch and they can voice chat. For others that may not have it, it's not a bad thing because maybe most of the time you want from this watch is to stay in touch with your kids and make sure that where they are meant to be. The battery life is excellent for the most featured Android smartwatch. A few days is easily achieved. With a 680 mAh battery, you've got power to spare. You see, for imoo Z6, it's not just a smartwatch, it's an Android-powered wearable that's almost a full-featured smartphone in a wrist-sized form factor. It's an Android phone in a watch, and it's designed to be super easy yet powerful for kids of all ages to use. It has numerous useful apps to help you stay in touch with your kids without giving them a smartphone easily lost or not appropriate for younger kids. And most of all, it has dedicated features to provide an excellent safety net for the nervous parent, like geofencing feature. You can set predefined areas from the imoo app. This will alert them when the child enters or leaves an area like the school, the playground, hawker center, or a friend's house. It's super durable as well. Yeah, I tested that. For me, a smartwatch doesn't change good parenting, but it can assist. And for that, imoo Z6 did an excellent job. If you have to ask me that the imoo Z6 worth the money, my answer is, if I had to make the decision today, I'd still definitely spend the extra cash to get the imoo Z6 all over again. Thanks for watching. I hope this video has helped you in some way. If you are interested in this smartwatch, definitely go and check it out. Link is in the description. I'm Sammy. I will see you in the next video.